Opatafuor, he's the one we adore. With his wisdom and his strength, he always soars in the society. He's a powerful force, his spirit shines bright. It's an unstoppable source. Opatafuor, he stands and proud with his words of wisdom. We are all endowed, he brings unity.
All right, you are highly welcome to this wonderful channel. It is Opatafuor YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe to this channel in case if you haven't, and then click on the notification bell so that when we upload a new video, you'll be the first person to get it. And then kindly do us a favor by sharing this program to a lot of people as much as you can. Use all the available means to which you can use to share this link to people for us on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever that you can share these live telecasts, on your WhatsApp groups, everywhere that you can share these wonderful telecasts. Kindly do us a favor by sharing it to a lot of people. Today too, God has been so gracious unto us. He has given us the privilege to live once again. I believe that you are swimming in the pot of health. I am also doing same because the grace, the favor, and the mercies of God is abundant unto my life. It has become sufficient enough. I am being sustained by the grace of God, and I believe you're also doing same. Can you share this link for us? It is our Friday segment on Earth Mysteries. This is the set platform where it is dedicated to motivate you, to inspire you, to share the word of God with you. That's the only thing that we do over here. And I believe that this video will find it well with you. Thank you very much. Don't flip this channel. Watch till the end and share with a lot of people. Today too, the message that I would like to share with you is that there is an old adage that goes like this: no matter how good you are to a goat, it will still eat your yam. Of course, no matter how good humans, no matter how friendly, no matter how humble and how calm you are to a goat, it will still eat your yam. For this reason, when you read Matthew chapter 10, verse number 16, Jesus stated emphatically that he is sending us as sheep among wolves. We should be vigilant like the serpent and be harmless like the dove. In fact, this is a true statement made by our Master, Jesus. Now, when you sit down and give it a second thought with regards to whatever statement that Jesus has made, you could see clearly that this is a very deep statement that as humans, we are not supposed to joke about it. When you look at the dichotomy of the human nature, you could see that the dualism of human nature makes it impossible for you to predict humans. They could be good today, and tomorrow they could be very evil, depending on how these people would love to interrelate with you. Most of the times when we burst into relationship, either in a cordial relationship, on the table of friendship, at the end of the day, one becomes vulnerable onto the other partner. When such happens, then the legal doctrine which says that caveat emptor, which literally means the buyer becomes so responsible to whatever that happens after you have purchased something, which means the buyer is supposed to be aware and be vigilant. This pulls our ears that anytime that we are befriending people, we are entering into a relationship, or wherever that we find ourselves in our family, being it the nuclear, the extended, in our society, we need to act vigilant. Because we are dealing with people who are perfidious, with a duplicitous character, people who have callous disregard for the well-being of people. There are some people, no matter what you do for them, no matter how humble, how good you become to these people, they will still hurt you. They are like the goat and your yam. No matter how good you are to a goat, it will still eat your yam. For this reason, we have to be very vigilant. People have that attitude, that character. So Jesus was emphasizing that we are like sheep. And you know that when you compare the sheep and the wolf, among these two species, which is the most vulnerable? It is the sheep. So Jesus was comparing us to sheep because of the good heart. The sheep is a herbivorous animal, and the wolf is a carnivorous animal. So the wolf can pound on the sheep, but rather the sheep cannot do same, because that is not the likeness and the nature to which it was created. So people can become wolves, people can become cruel, people can become evil, extreme one, but you can never be evil because you are a believer. You possess the characteristics of Jesus. The Christ-like nature in you will not allow you to become evil, will not allow you to become cruel unto people. But in as much that we can never pay people with evil, the same time when we are dealing with such people in a society, we need to be very careful. He says he is sending us as sheep unto wolves. And you know, sending a sheep unto a wolf is a very dangerous act. We are dealing with the most dangerous people in the society. Some of these people are political leaders. Some of these wolves are religious leaders. Some of these wolves are traditional leaders. Some are medical experts, judges, lawyers. Think of it. Some are lecturers, professors, teachers. Some are nurses. They are in our midst. Our day-to-day, daily activities are being carried out in the presence of these people. And we cannot do away with these people. The only thing that we can do to protect ourselves, to shield ourselves from these wolves in a society, is by acting on your intelligence, being wise, being smart enough to discern people of such character. Sometimes appearance looks notoriously deceptive, thinking that at a glance at some people, if you think you can predict their attitude, then you're deceiving yourself. Sometimes these evil, cruel people who are wolves within them, in the outward appearance of these people, they look very innocent. They look very calm, very decent, but within their spirit and soul, they carry the mentality of a wolf. They carry the agenda of a wolf. So Jesus was telling us to be very careful. There are some people, you will spend your time, your energy, your resource You will stay with them when they are in troubles. In times of adversity, these people, you will stay with them. But in the end, they will still pay you with evil. They will stand somewhere and level all forms of accusations against you. And at the end of the day, they will break up with you, go somewhere else, and label you as the culprit in here. They will tell people that you are the sole causative agent of whatever problem that erupted between you and that said personality. But in the meantime, when you sit yourself down and spring back to life, realizing the moment, the time, the energy that you have wasted on these type of people, and yet all these things never yielded any positive dividends. You never realize anything out of it. All has been laid wasted. The time and energy, the resource, everything that you did for these people, it has been laid wasted. You never realize anything out of it. It's happening in our marriages. You see in some of these relationships, the woman will waste her time, her energy, protect the man, cook for the man. That's all sort of things. All the tedious works in the house, this woman will build it onto herself. Some go to an extent of even supporting the man financially, finding a better life for a man, and all that this wonderful soul, this wonderful sister could earn. The payback is all hurts, painful things. Jesus said we should be vigilant. We should act on the verge of our intelligence. We should have that capacity to synthesize some of these issues in life. We should have that discernment of spirit. We shouldn't stand vulnerable to these people. These people shouldn't take advantage of the goodness of our time, the nature that we are, the kind of a message, the image that we carry in the society because of the Christ-like nature in us. We cannot be evil as they are, but irrespective of all these, we need to be very vigilant when we are playing, when we are going along, when we befriend some of these sort of people. We need to be very vigilant. He says he is sending us as sheep in the midst of wolves. There are 4 animals that is being used as an example here. What? He is sending us as sheep. Look at the nature of a sheep, the characteristics of a sheep. The Bible characterizes us. Everybody that has a good heart is being characterized as a sheep. You are a sheep because you have a very calm spirit. You have a good heart. But little did you know that, lo and behold, in few times, in few hours, little did you know that you fall into the midst of your predators. You fall into the hands of evil ones, people with a duplicitous character. They don't care whatever they do to you. You will waste your hard-earned resource. There are some people sometimes, if not the gospel fact and the kind of image that we carry along, there are some people when you see them dying, you should have left them to die. But because of Jesus, because of the Holy Spirit, because of the Christ-like nature in us, we cannot do such. We cannot exhibit such character. If not that, there are some people that you need to leave them to die in pain. You need to leave them to die in hunger. You need them to, you need not to give your attentions to them, because at the end of the day, these said people will become ungrateful unto you. This said personality will become ungrateful unto you, irrespective of the time and energy you have spent with this said type. No matter, you can serve the goat with the food, spend your time, advise the goat, find a place for the goat to sleep. Leave your yam there, and this same goat will eat that same yam. The yam that you have wasted your energy, your time, and everything to cultivate, so that you can also benefit something out there, leave it behind. The goat will eat it. Though you have made provision for comfortability for this said goat, you have found a place for this goat to lay its head, to live, to dwell. You have made provision for food for this goat to eat as much as it wants. But when you leave the premises, when you leave the presence of this goat, and you leave your yam behind, it will eat it. It doesn't care whatever that you have given unto it. The goat will eat it. No matter the time, the energy, the resource you have wasted on the goat, once it is a goat, it is meant to eat that yam. There are some people, that is their character, that is their attitude. They become like birds in life. You help them to fly in a higher altitude, and the payback that you're expecting for these people, nothing much, just a thank you, and you're okay with it. And this same bird will defecate on top of you. You help certain people to fly in life, and the only thing you receive at the end is their feces, is their excreta. They will fly on top of you and defecate on you. So these days, it is very dangerous when you are helping people. It is very dangerous when you go in and shoot the shoulders of people when they are sinking in life. The rich people in a society have decided to pull out. They don't want to help anybody in a society. People with good heart, people who are blessed with resources, people who can support them, the much vulnerable masses in the society, they have decided to go blind and overlook the tears, the sufferings of some people because of what some people did to them. Some people don't want to help people because of what your type, because of what our type did to them. And this is what is happening. So Jesus, as a leader, a religious guru, was trying to tell us that we should be very vigilant because humans are never the way we think they are. Some of these people have different character. You've helped a friend today, and tomorrow this same friend becomes your enemy. An extreme one, to an extent where even if that friend of yours that you spend your time, your energy, your resources, and everything to support him or her, can even go to an extent of bribing people to come and assassinate you. It's happening live in African country, and I believe that even in the Western world, it is happening same over there. Humans have become like animals. Today, it is even better for you to trust in your animal in the house than to even trust humans. When you give food to the dog, the next time that somebody attacks you, this said animal, the dog to be precise, will stand in and intercede on your behalf. At the end of the day, what exactly did you give to this dog? Some mere food, some mere leftover. But the dog is so good, with good character and a good state of reasoning, to appreciate the little help that you rendered in its favor. But with that of human beings, you spend your time, your energy, your resource. Some of them, when they tell you their problems, you worry yourself, you stay overnight, you think, find solutions, give it to them. Some of these people, they will ask you of money, and you know within your spirit that you don't have that set amount they are requiring of you. Whatever you do is that you go to an extreme mile just to put things together and ask people favor, and they help you. You also direct the help to that said friend of yours, to that brother, that sister, that family member of yours. You worry yourself because of their problem. And at the end of the day, instead of these people to become grateful, they tend to be your enemy. Why would such an act happen? Even the animals in the society are turning to become grateful, and humans are turning to become ungrateful. Now the animals are tending to possess the characteristics of humanity, and humans are also tending to possess the characteristics of an animal. I believe that animals don't have that intellect, that ability to think like humans. But this time around, animals are thinking and humans are not thinking. Our state of reasoning are being paralyzed on a daily basis. So Jesus said that we should be very vigilant. We should be very smart. We should be very smart and vigilant like the ways of a serpent. He says he is sending us as sheep in the midst of wolves. Imagine a good soul of your type, a good soul of your image, living in the midst of evil people, living in the midst of wolves. Just imagine the end result of whatever that will happen to you. By the time you realize this wolf would eat you up. So there are some people, when they come to you, you meet these people with a clean heart, a clean conscience, a clean mind. But by the time you realize these people have allowed evil to elude you, why is such supposed to happen? Betrayers from all corners, people you love most, will never be there for you when you need them. The ones you share fears over their problems, the ones you take their problems into bed, you think about it, the ones you burden yourself with the problems they are going through. At the end of the day, these people will tend to become evil unto you. Today, you spend your hard-earned money on your own brother, and tomorrow, this same brother will stand somewhere and use his left finger to point at you and say things to tarnish your image. And sometimes you regret and say to yourself that, had I known, if I know that this will be the end result, this ungratefulness would be the end result, you wouldn't have even dared to help such people. Today you help a sister, you suffer, you go through a lot. Why has humans become like that? You help a sister, you suffer yourself, you go through pains. When the sister is asleep, when a sister is asleep, you see a man wandering himself, working so hard. And when you give money to this sister, she becomes ungrateful. She thinks it's your responsibility, especially the wives and the girlfriends and fiancés. You think you have burst into relationship with them. So it is your sole responsibility to make provisions every day. So when you give them something, they don't care. Even saying thank you, appreciating you so that you get the courage to do more is even a problem for these people. Some of these people, saying thank you is very difficult. It is very heavy on their lips. They can't say that. You see them exhibiting some attitudes, some kind of a lifestyle. Why? But in spite of all these, we cannot allow the excesses and the bad attitude of certain people to corrupt our good thoughts. We cannot allow the evilness of these people to invade us. We cannot be captured by the sins of these evil perpetrators and evil people who live in a society with us. We cannot do same. We cannot allow ourselves to be corrupt. We can't. We need to maintain our stamina. We need to maintain our good image. We need to do good to people. But in the midst of doing all these good, Jesus said that we should act on our intelligence, because in the presence of a wolf, the sheep becomes vulnerable. You are a sheep because you possess the characteristics of the Holy Spirit. You possess the likeness of Jesus. And Jesus was harmless. Jesus was extremely good. A man who can lay down his life for humans. A man who became selfless, even what he has. The little that Jesus laid his hands on, he shared with people. But in the end, what happened? He was betrayed by somebody he has used kisses to welcome him into his life. Jesus used kisses to welcome Judas Iscariot into his life. But in the end, the same kisses was used to betray him. This goes on to confirm that the good you do to people today, the same thing we use against you. If somebody is dying and you rush into their aid, this same person, after being well, buying all medical expectations, being able to meet the medical expenses, when you bring this said person into the house, the next action that carries out, this said personality will become ungrateful unto you. So the African wise man sat down and said that no matter how good you are to a goat, it will still eat your yam. No matter how good you become to a goat, it will still eat your yam. No matter how genuine, how authentic you are to people, they will still fake you. They will still lie to you. They will still deceive you, cheat you, deprive you of something that belongs to you. You will be cheated. Your politicians will cheat you. Your religious leaders will cheat you. Your own brothers, the chiefs, queens, and kings we have in the society, these said leaders will cheat you. They will deprive you of whatever that belongs to you. If you are not careful, your own bona fide property will be ripped off from you. And this is what is happening. This is exactly what is happening in the life of so many people. There are some people, they have a very good heart. Even if it is in their mouth, they remove it and share with people. Sit down. How many people have you helped? And these people have paid you back with evil. It's as if when you see them talking, it's as if you have never done any good things unto their life. It's as if you have never done anything positive for them. It's as if you have not done anything. There's no single truth that can be found in you. The way they are letting people to see you, the way they are sabotaging you and misrepresenting you, the way they are misinterpreting your character to people, the way they are assassinating your character, it's as if you have never done anything to them. It's as if you have never done anything good unto these people. And such is humanity. So Jesus, being a leader and a man who has experiences in all walks of life, during the ministry time of Jesus, he met a lot of people, the good ones and the bad ones. So when he sat his disciples down with the intention of advising these people, he said to them emphatically that he is sending them as sheep in the midst of wolves. They should be vigilant like the serpent and be harmless like the dove. Yes, that is a good spirit. Every good believer is harmless like the dove. But you see, because of the nature of the dove, always these wild animals take advantage over us. Because of our nature, because of our Christian nature, because of the Christ-like nature in us, most people always take advantage over us. When you become sober, humble, when you respect people, when you humble yourself for some people, these same people become evil and very cruel to you. Why is it supposed to be so? Such things are happening because humans are not human anymore. We have turned to become animals. And the animals are also building themselves, improving their lifestyle to become humans. Today, if you have money and you spend it, invest it in the life of people, you don't even expect them to pay you back, but at least to show a sign of appreciation. The next morrow, whatever that will come out of these people will be something that you can't decipher. Why? But when you use the same money to go and purchase a dog, come back and rear this dog, in the end, when a thief attacks you, this same dog will fight on your behalf. There are some people, you meet them, you buy food for them, you pay their hospital bills, you pay their utility bill. Some go to an extreme level of even paying for some people's their rental bills, their house rents, their shops and everything. And the only thing these people could tell you is, who are you? Who are that? What have you done? If you didn't help them, they would have been able to help themselves. We have experienced some of these things. We help people, and in the end, they tell us that even if we didn't pray for them, they would have been able to pray for themselves. Even if we didn't come to their aid, they would have survived. They tell us. We took bullets for some people, and they told us that, why did we spill blood on their white cloth? Yes, we took bullet for some people just for them to survive. And these same people said, why did we spill blood in their white cloth? Forgetting that it is the bullet we took on their behalf that has made this blood to spill on their white cloth. Had it not we, these people would have been shot by the bullet. But we stood in, took this bullet on their behalf. And these same people went to a level to tell us that we have spilled blood onto their white cloth. And such is the mentality of some of the people, the so-called Christians, the so-called Muslims, the so-called Hindus, the Baha'is, the Hare Krishnas. These are the nature of some of these people. Some have a very good heart, there are good Muslims out there, good Christians, good Hindus, good Baha'is, good Hare Krishnas. They are good people out there, a gentle and wonderful souls out there. But we have numerous of evil people who carries evil agenda every day on a daily basis. These were the set of people that Jesus was talking in respect that we should be very careful. On the book of Matthew, chapter number 10, verse number 16, he says, I am sending you. I am sending you. I am sending you to carry the gospel as sheep unto wolves. Be vigilant like the serpent and be harmless like the dove. So you see, as you carry on your day-to-day activities in the society, as you go to your job centers, your workplace, you should be there as a sheep in the midst of wolves. So you have to be very vigilant in your workplace and be harmless like the dove over there. When you enter into your marriage, your relationship, go there as a sheep in the midst of a wolf by being vigilant like the serpent and being harmless like the dove over there. Your in-laws, your nephews, be harmless like dove unto your in-laws, your nephews, your brother-in-laws, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law. Be harmless like the dove. But be vigilant in the midst of these people. You need to be very vigilant in the midst of these people, like the serpent. Because some of in-laws, some of brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, father-in-laws, mother-in-laws, some of these cousins are like wolves. The least opportunity they will get, they will pound on you and tear you apart. If that is the case, this calls for an immediate reactions and negotiations of intelligence. The interplay of wisdom needs to be put to display in the midst of these people. Jesus, he says, I am sending you as sheep. So because of your good character, because of your good nature, because you see, even if you have it, most of you people, you have not been able to even put out a structure. You have not been able to buy a simple plot, just a single parcel of land. You have not been able to buy some because the little you get at the end of the month, you spend all on people. So. Then you send money. My house rent, you send money. My utility bill, you send money. But in the end, these people picking up a phone to call you and see how best you're faring is even a problem unto these people. The only time they call you is when they are in need. The only time they try and check up on you is when they need something. So when they try putting a call across your end and you pick, They'll tell you, I was calling to check up on you. The next 20 minutes, they'll tell you, I am going through this. I need that. I need this. And you don't have any option. You need to go to their aid. You need to support them because you have a good attitude. You have a good character. You have a good personality. You don't want to have a dent on your white cloth. You don't want people to say evil things about you. You don't want people to point finger at you and level false claims. So even if you can't, you need to force yourself. And this is your nature. And because of that, people have been taking advantage over you. Today you meet a guy who is suffering, who lives on the street. You shoot the shoulders of these people. You clean them, wipe them off from their debts, put them on with a good cloth, and bring them to limelight. And the only thing they could say is to stigmatize you, is to say even if you didn't come, they would have come out as big men, as big women. Today you see a woman whom even if not by your might as a man, under no circumstances would this woman be happy. Under no circumstance would this woman have that opportunity to experience a better life. This woman would have become barren if not the mightiness of you as a man who was able to put a seed in her for her to conceive. And instead of this woman to say thank you, when you say one, she'll say two. She will even go to an extent of even disrespecting you. If you are not careful, she will rain insult and curse you at the same time. And when you sit down and ruminate about some of these things, some of these actions, what are humans for? If I cannot humble and help you, if you cannot humble and help me, what are we there for? We are there for each other. Some are to the left and some are also to the right. So the left help the left, the right helps the left, and the left also helps the right. And that's how you are supposed to live in a peaceful coexistence in the vicinity. That's how God created and has laid down rules that we are supposed to help ourselves. But what can you and I see? What can you and I see? You bring a woman from the street, and the next minute, she pays you with evil. She will disrespect you. She doesn't care. She thinks she has got whatever that she wants. You bring a guy from the street, you suffer yourself. Some of you women even go to an extreme level of lying to your parents to take money from them to support the career of certain men. In the end, they will pay you with evil. Be vigilant. Be very smart, so that you don't fall a prey. You don't become a victim of what I'm saying. Even if you have once become a victim, you have been cheated by a man or a woman. Now, don't repeat the same mistake. Don't allow yourself to be duped the second time. This time around, you're not going to allow such an act to happen. God bless you and bless you so much. Kindly subscribe to the channel and share with you. Remember that there is an old adage that goes like, no matter how good you are to a goat, it will still eat your yam. For this reason, the legal doctrine that says caveat emptor, which means you are so responsible, the buyer is so responsible for whatever that happens after a transaction has been dealt with successfully. Which means the buyer needs to be aware of everything, or else when you fall a victim, it is not easy to retrieve whatever that has been stolen from you. So stay blessed and be wise. God bless you. Bless you so much.
Opatafuor, you're strong and kind, mighty heart and a brilliant mind. Generosity in every game, change the world in your name. Every day you rise and grind, lift us up, leave none behind. In your shadow we find the light, guiding us to better heights. Opatafuor, to the power, strength and love in every hour. presence, fear subside. Kindness is your greatest pride. Every battle you fight to win, bringing hope time and again. When the world feels cold and dark, you ignite that hopeful spark. With a heart so big and wide, bringing hope time and again. Opatafuor, you the power, strength and love in every hour. Generosity like summer rain, you shine through every pain. When the world feels cold and dark, you ignite that hopeful spark. With a heart so big and wide,